Hey guys, welcome back. So this is finally my last part that I need to record post video. At least, sorry, I need to record the narration after the video is done. Uh, it's been pretty frustrating. It's pretty tough having to record all these things over again. Actually, the sitting there and talking isn't a big deal. It's actually just using right now. I'm using what is it called? Windows Live Movie Maker. For whatever reason, it takes like 20 minutes to get the video loaded into the Movie Maker, and then I can do my little session. And then when I actually save it, it takes like another like probably an hour and 15 minutes just to save. And then of course it takes like 3 hours to upload to YouTube. So it's just a long, terrible process. Not fun. So I'm really gonna make sure I never screw up again and do what I did. Um, Okay, it looks like I had to. I'm trying to get my three factories up so I can get my ideology. So I needed to liberate a city, and it made sense that it would be Paris, even though Paris is kind of small right now. But I want it to grow, so I'm trying to maximize growth and still a little bit of production. And I think I used up too much gold, right? So I can't buy the factory just yet. So I need to save up some gold for the factory. And I still don't have my artist guild. My culture is terrible, but really the problem here is I just don't have any. My population is too small in my capital to really work more specialists. So that is an issue. I should have done more to try to grow. It's something I usually would do very easily, but when you're at war all the time, you kind of don't remember to micromanage your cities as well, or at least I don't. So it's a little bit of an issue. And this is still going on, and 3 units just got killed. A cannon and 2 lance-necks. And the lance-necks are fine, but the cannon, that one hurts. And I never looked up how to pronounce that word, lance-necks. I don't know, lanks-necks? I'm not really sure how it's pronounced. So I'm going to probably be sounding like an idiot for quite a while here. My musket man got a promo. Musketman. Musket man. Sounds odd the way I'm saying it. Probably going to take cover or heal instantly, right? It looks like I took cover and I pillaged. And it looks like we're thinning down his units a bit. He doesn't have as much coming in, but he does have a rifle over there. So we need to block that tile to prevent him from getting to my cannon. And that's where this lancer's probably. Oh, he can't get there. Look how far he can get, considering how far that is. This guy has 5 movement because of the buffalo chest promotion when he was a Landsknecht, whatever it was. He retains that piece. He doesn't retain like actually, never mind. Yeah, he retains that piece. Impy is the one with the first strike. Rifles don't get first strike when you promote them, but they do get that extra movement and things like that that Buffalo Chest gave. Okay, so I'm really not doing a whole lot of damage until I guess this is the first turn I really actually hurt their capital, but my crossbows are doing almost nothing to it. So they definitely need to be upgraded. And I buy another one. I need more units to throw away. As you can see, I only have, what, like 3 melee units over there. So that's a little too thin. I should never let that happen. I should have had probably 5 or 6 over there at all times. I did lose 2 last turn, but I should have been prepared for that. But I got a musket coming and an impy and a lance-necked. So that part is good. And it's just a matter of how I want to position these guys. So another musket. I don't know why I'm building the muskets. I should be building MP and then later upgrading them to rifles. Um, so that's a little bit of a mistake. I forgot that the muskets. I thought all melee units get it, but it's only pre-gunpowder. And I finally did this right. I moved the Lance-necked all the way up as far as I could before he's out of moves, and then I upgraded. So the Lancer will be much closer and should be able to get much farther on his next turn. I should have been doing that the entire time. And I can actually buy more this turn if I keep doing that. But it looks like I'm still got to save that money for the factories. And I don't want to be trading with Arabia. I think that's what I'm trying to point out here. I see myself moving my cursor around really quickly. I want to be trading with someone else. And I checked out the best trade routes, and I think there's one going to Austria that's a really good one. So I quit Arabia and go to Austria. So Arabia should catch on that, hey, I'm probably gonna declare war on you, buddy, based on the fact that I quit doing all the trade routes to them, but they're not that smart. And Austria's coming over here with an army. They are at war with Assyria, but it'd be nice if they could help, but I don't want them to actually be able to take the city. So I'm just going to keep them blocked. If they were coming from a different direction, that would be much more helpful. I'm not sure what Catherine is doing on the other side. Okay, so that turn, I actually lost 2 cannons. Um, I think I had actually tried to get a cannon out of there, and he was where that worker was. Or maybe I had moved him further away, and he still got sniped by the frigates. And that was actually really bad, because it was a really well upgraded cannon. And I screwed that up. And I think we saw that there's one more turn until he can make peace. So I do want to get the city, but it's really looking bleak at this point. I only have, what, 1 cannon left? Yeah, so that piece is not good. So I'm trying to use some melee units here. And the cannon. And take some shots with crossbows, but this is taking a long time. And I have my other cannon coming down here, but it's going to be a while, right? So I can get the lancers in position, that's good. But we are definitely short on cannons. And the crossbows need to be upgraded, but I can't really leave right now and upgrade them and come back. It'll be no units left. So it actually looks like at this point, if I had to guess, I would say I can't take that city. I have almost nothing left. He still has a lot of ranged units, especially those frigates. Those frigates are just brutal. They took out 2 of my cannons that last turn. So that is tough. So let's see, I'm probably going to have to buy a cannon here, right? Is that what I do? No, I decided to try to hard build it. But it's got to be over in 4 turns, right? Yeah, so obviously I'm catching on that I need more cannons. And there's a good trade route with Austria, so we take that one. Not as good as Arabia, but we are probably going to go to war with Arabia after war with Syria. So we don't want to have any existing trade routes or we'll lose the caravans the second we declare war. We don't want that to happen. Yeah, so 2 more things just got killed. Looks like an Impy and the Lancer. So I pillage with the cannon. And I'm basically just shooting that city with everything that I have. And I don't have enough room, it looks like. So to get my cannon in position, I move my crossbow up. Hopefully I don't lose that crossbow because he was really well promoted. But I'm definitely running out of units here. This was a tough one. I can't shoot the cannon, I can shoot the city though. The city's on a hill, so that makes it even tougher to take. And it looks like I'm finally getting close. And luckily that Lancer, because I was able to put him on that spot, they couldn't surround my units as easily anymore, and I can put crossbows a little bit further and get more range units attacking. So that Lancer actually came in handy really well. So for those people that think Lancers suck, clearly they don't suck. And they can be very helpful. Just having units that can move that much and relatively high combat strength is enough. They're not going to be taking cities or anything like that, but they can do a lot for you, and they can also pillage. So I could be pillaging more of the tiles, but right now it doesn't not super helpful. Yeah, it looks like I'm looking for something to do with that MP. And I think I attacked with a Lancer just so he focuses on my Lancer. I'd rather lose a Lancer than lose any of these other ranged units. So I actually made the Lancer weak on purpose, just so he would actually be the focus of the city and those frigates and the cannons behind the city and all that crap that he has. Yeah, so the city isn't too great. I don't have that much stuff. It's a little bit disappointing. am I looking for? Oh, I think this is the point where I actually figured out that the Buffalo chest promotions don't work on musketmen. It has to be pre whatever. And now I want to build some impy so I can upgrade those to rifles. And that's what I'm doing is I'm trying to get some impy to upgrade later, but it's already too late because I have rifles coming in a couple turns. So I definitely screwed that up. I don't have a lot of impy to upgrade to rifles. I have a few acting as garrisons in cities, maybe just like two or three. Yeah, I have two right here. I think in that very northern city I have another one. So I'll have three of them, but three is not that great. I'd like to have like six. That would be awesome. So we lost the Lancer. That's fine. That's what we wanted to have happen. And I think we also... No, we didn't lose... I don't think we lost two cannons, did we? No, we have two cannons left. So only one cannon actually survived from the beginning of this war. So that was not good. That was a bit of a screw up. But let's see, am I able to take it this turn? So I'm afraid that he's going to be able to recapture it. He clearly has range units to weaken it back down, and as long as he had that one rifle there, I'm not going to be able to hold the city for a turn. Oh, and I think there's a unit I can't see right now. Yeah, see, there's a unit there in the fog. It just doesn't have an icon. So it's actually zona controlling me, which is preventing me from actually taking that city. Unless I use the Lancer. And one more turn, I can get peace. So I decide I want to try to kill that rifle first, or else he's just going to take the city back. I don't want to flip it a bunch of times. So I decide to wait a turn. Pretty smart thinking, I think. Apparently I'm a smarter guy than it would appear at first glance. Actually, this war did not go well, so I don't think I really was too smart here. I lost a lot of units, and I would think I would be better at taking this city. But I am pretty late to be using crossbows still and cannons. I really need to have artillery and artillery and more artillery. That's really the way to do it. But I don't even have artillery yet. My tech is just so slow this game. And all the while this guy is probably going crazy in science. And it looks like I lost a bunch of units that turn. Oh, I lost two. The musket and the lancer. So I have one melee unit left over there. One impy. And it's a matter of actually... So yeah, he'll make peace and he'll actually pay me for it. So that's good. It's a matter of actually just getting that unit in position. So city is weak enough to take. But now I have to deal with that rifle because he's zona controlling my impy. Yep, so I want to kill... I can kill him with my ranged crossbow. And now I can... And I think there's another unit up north that we just don't see the tag for. So I need the impy to go where the crossbow is to actually be able to move twice. And now he can actually take the city. And I want to make sure I can actually take it. And shoot some stuff just to get experience, I think. Yeah. And finally we got our second capital. It's like it's definitely over 200, right? Oh yeah, it's really slow. So this was a really slow game. And that's capital number 2. And it was brutal. It was just as difficult as France was. But it's a relief. And he had a lot of units back there. I mean, look at all those units he was using. So they were constantly hitting whoever I was putting in front of that city. It was a brutal one. And we can get peace, so try to get as much gold as I can. I think I asked for everything at first. It doesn't actually register that we took the city until the next turn, so next turn is possible he would offer a lot more, but we need to be able to keep the city, and I don't have any more melee units over there. So if he recaptured it, which he probably would, I wouldn't be able to capture it back. So that's difficult. So I need to take a peace deal now. And I'm just trying to get as much as I can for it. He looks pretty composed given the fact that he just lost his capital. Where is this, by the way? His backup capital? He put a lot of work in his backup capital. This is like his safety bunker. And what am I doing here? I think I fell asleep at some point in this video because I don't seem to be doing anything. Yeah, I think I'm trying to figure out how much he'll actually offer. But I don't know why it's taking so long. Yeah, so what will make the deal work? Exactly, I can multiply gold per turn by 30 and get a better idea. Let's see if I'm smart enough to do the math. Maybe, is that a Math for Dummies book that he has? Maybe I can borrow that. That might be able to help me out. I do actually have a math degree, but it's not in arithmetic. You don't do a lot of arithmetic when you get into more advanced math courses. It turns into a lot of letters, no more numbers. What's going on over here? Yeah, so Arabia has a lot of technologies, right? What did he have, 49? And everybody else says, like, I have 38, I think it said. Or maybe he has 54. I don't remember. I can't actually see right now. I'm not seeing what you guys are seeing. I'm seeing a very low def image, so I can't read the little uh, things, the little numbers. So it's a little frustrating. So yeah, so I won the war, but we lost a shit ton of units. And rifling's done. So did I actually build that? Oh no, I didn't. I think I just remembered to. Yeah, the second the war's over, I quickly remember that I need to buy things like factories. Did I not buy the factory yet? I don't think I have. Or I don't have the gold yet. One of the two. And yeah, I've had salt for a while, I think. Can sell that to my buddies. I hope my economy doesn't take too much when I do go to war with Arabia. This is actually the last part I've recorded, so I'm going to be completely caught up here. So, I don't know what's going to happen after this game. Or, sorry, after this part. Anything could happen. And I don't want to trade with Arabia right now because I want to kill him pretty soon. Even though I'm not sure I'll be able to declare war too soon. I may need to wait for artillery. I think I have to wait for artillery. Artillery and rifles hopefully can stand up to whatever he has. Especially if I get the Buffalo chest promotion on a few of them. But it's going to be tough. And yeah, it looks like this is going to be part of the video where I just try to get my economy back in order. I was neglecting a lot of trades and things like that. So I need to sell a lot of the stuff I had. And I only have 3 annexed cities right now. It's pretty disappointing. I really wish I had put that third city down early and not try to do something early with the MP. I could have put the city where basically Maria Theresa has put her city. And I would have 3 cities early. I think I took a production hit for a while because I only had 2 cities and too many units that they couldn't all be supported. So I think it would have been better in the long run. I didn't manage to actually get a city until really late anyway. I would have had truffles this whole game. So I think I screwed that up a bit. But at the same time, I may not have been able to survive France's early war declaration had I not been building all those MP and crossbows that early. So that might have actually worked out. This is a tough game though. France being right next to me really sets a person back. I would like to just win this thing with Impy, Impy and Trebs, but you need the right map for that, and France in the jungle is not the right map, with Assyria right next to you also. The best thing about this series is that Arabia is next to me. If they were on the other side of the sorry, if they were on the other side of the map, it would have been a lot more difficult to actually kill them. It's already going to be very difficult probably, but it might have been nearly impossible. Like if they were where Netherlands is. So at least the runaway is right next to me, and I can have a say in what happens in this game. Though, if you watch my France one, we tried to take care of Korea in that game, and it didn't work out very well. And the main reason for that was because they had a lot of battleship protecting the cities. And they are going to have battleships too, probably. And he will probably have lots of oil because he's Arabia, and he gets a bias towards oil. So, it's going to be tough. I really hope we can pull this one out. But I'm not sure how it'll go. And yeah, I'm still looking. My impy are gone. I can no longer build impy. So I think I'm panicking here. I realize I can't get my stupid impy. Yeah, so I'm going to upgrade these guys, I guess, to rifles, because they will get the buffalo chest stuff. They will keep it. Oh no, they lost it. Oh no, they kept it. Yeah. I think I lost the spear throw and the other things. And I want to get some lance decks to be lancers, so I'll have a couple rifles there, a couple lance necks slash lancers, and I should get my crossbows upgraded to Gatling guns. And if I just add like 5 or 6 artillery, hopefully it's enough to start pushing into Arabia. Um, it may not be enough. Arabia, I think, has the biggest army actually. And yeah, I'm making super lancers still, so I'm still doing that part. And I gotta repair all these tiles. I do finally have truffles. And I have marble. I don't know if I already had marble. I think I did, right? But I can always sell the excess ones. You should always be selling your excess luxury resources. Having 2 of them does nothing for you. Unless you think you're gonna lose one for some reason. But that should never really happen. And the deals just basically end when you lose them, so it's not the worst thing in the world anyway. So yeah, I'm trying to get the best deal. I think she's the only person that wants my gold. Or doesn't already have gold. Okay, he still really likes me, poor guy. And he's denounced me, so he's mad in his backup luxury capital that he has. His backup palace. And she does have her entire army over here. That's a little concerning. When I go to war with her later, I'm going to have to deal with that. If we get that far in the game. She's after Arabia. She might actually jump in war with me if I go to war with Arabia. Maybe I can declare war together with the 2 of us or something. I don't know. We'll have to see. It would be nice if she did something with all those crappy units she has. Okay, so I finally got my ideology, and Netherlands already has autocracy, so it's good because we'll both be buddies, but it's bad because I lost the tenant that I could have gotten. So I can only get 1 tenant. And at this point we need to focus on happiness. I'm not really ready to mass buy a bunch of units anyway. So the one you really want is the cheaper 33% for gold purchasing units. But until it's really a use for it, there's no point getting it. And I need happiness right now. So I go for that one. And it didn't do that much. Maybe the cheaper units would have been better. Who knows? But really the thing that's going to slow me down here is the science. I'm going to need a lot more science before I get to artillery and can actually do anything to Arabia. By the time I get to artillery, he may have flight, in which case I still won't be able to attack. Because you need some anti-air if he has air units. Yeah, so I'm pretty bad in technology, and I still don't have scientific theory, so no public schools. It would have probably been smarter to beeline that and just delay some of these wars until later. But whatever. This was maybe more entertaining this way. As long as we can get some kind of victory, that would be great. I'm not entirely sure we can, though. It's going to be tough. But it's not lost yet. Definitely not lost. We can do it. Have faith. Yeah, so he has still cannons, some rifles. So he's also at rifling, but that's in line with what I have, so it's not that bad, I guess. But he's teching a lot faster, so he might start pulling away. But if we can get a big economy and get to tanks, we should have a chance. I hope we have a chance. Even if he has great war infantry, I think I can push in with rifles and artillery. The only real problem would be if he gets flight. Then you just take damage like crazy every turn. Yeah, hanging out with Catherine. Napoleon. I'm basically selling everything that I don't want.
Ce n'est pas sérieux.
And we gotta start upgrading all those units. And I think I decided to create a great work. Or did I pop it? Yeah, I created a great work. So we're not too far from military science. I can build some military academies, get more experience when I buy units. Or build them, I guess. And then artillery should be up pretty soon. Hopefully I can go to war with just military science and artillery. We'll see. If I have to wait until flight, by the time I get there... Oh, so he already has Great War Infantry. He just got him. So shit, that's tough. And he probably already has radio. If he's that many technologies ahead of me, it's almost impossible for him not to have radio. Yeah. It's gonna be tough. I really gotta think about how we're gonna do this. I forgot that he's already at Great War Infantry. So, pushing in is gonna be difficult. We may just have to sit back and wait for tanks. We could maybe go after Austria. That was what I mentioned earlier. I hadn't thought of that when I was playing. We would have him completely surrounded then, I guess. But that's not necessarily an advantage. Might be a disadvantage because he has a lot more units. He could attack multiple areas. And he also has a city-state ally, so I probably want to get my gold up just to buy one of those so they don't mess with me. I think Sidon is in a really tough position. Yeah, so I'm just moving my units back, trying to get them all upgraded, getting that road set up between my new Assyrian slash Zulu capital city and my second Zulu city. I do not know how to pronounce that, and I'm not even going to make an attempt at it. Especially when I can barely read it. That Cahokia warrior is still just, or sorry, worker is still hanging out. He can't get back home. He's just sitting by the river. Poor guy. I stole him at the beginning of the game, and then I accidentally gave him back to the city-state when I meant to keep it. And now he's been stuck on the other side of my territory this entire game. I do feel bad for him. Maybe I should just capture it again. It's not like people don't think I'm a warmonger in this game.
C'est toi.
Oh, I think I'm afraid Napoleon's gonna go to war, so I decide to renew their old rivalry here.
Ce
Or I
n'est pas
tried to.
sérieux.
Maybe it's too expensive. Let's see. Since I have maybe some time before I can go to war with Arabia, it wouldn't be a bad thing to be picking off Napoleon's troops here, getting some extra gold.
C'est inacceptable.
With honor, you pretty much want to be at war most of the time,
C'est inacceptable.
just to keep getting gold for units you kill. Yeah, so I decided it was too expensive, I think, and backed out of it. So that road is almost done. With Machu Picchu, the gold I get from the city connection will be pretty nice. Good thing I already had built half the road earlier. He still has some camel archers, that's kind of funny. Camel archers and Great War infantry together. Okay, and that's a Gatling gun, so that's awesome. My most promoted units I turn into Gatling guns. So they actually have range and logistics, so they can shoot 2 tiles away twice. That's really powerful for a Gatling gun. Gatling guns are sturdy units, and it's nice that they're ranged. They can't shoot more than 1 tile, usually, unless you get the promotion range. So with that, they become basically like archers were, but pretty strong. Unfortunately, Great War Infantry are, I think they're 50 strength, and Gatling guns are 30 range strength. So it's going to be tough killing those. But not impossible. With artillery, hopefully we can just hold the front line and let that do damage. This city has a lot of, they didn't upgrade a lot of their units, so that's good. Maybe I don't have to ally it, but it would be nice to be able to use them to annoy Arabia while I go to war, because we'd both probably move in at the same time. Kabul is owned by Austria, that's good. Cape Town is by Arabia, so I'm gonna have two on that side that are probably gonna declare war on me. So I have a long border to defend. But the city-state units, whatever, it's not a huge deal. We need to be able to push into Arabia. And his culture is obviously very good just by how big his borders are. There's a lot of space between cities. And there's his last city all the way to the right. So if I take all four of those, I could lead that city over there as his capital. But Mecca is going to be tough. There's high combat strength, and that city, I'm most afraid of all the water. He can have a lot of ranged ships over there, just like they did earlier. Um, and I don't want to lose more of my units. So yeah, it's going to be tough. I'm excited to go back to recording these things like I normally do and not just sitting here doing voiceovers. Um, but we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be a fun end of the game either way. Alright, guys, I think it's time to make a cut. See you next time.